Get Your Free Christmas Tree has to be one of the best beta-themed mods I've ever played, with a unique art style, an original humorous story, and a variety of levels that take place in the beta universe. It's an incredibly fun mod to play. The story starts off with the news reporter telling us that Santa has killed Dr. Console and basically started a gang war between everyone in the race to capture quote-unquote artifacts.
17. Our leader and dictator, Dr. Console, was brutally killed by the person only known as the Santa Claus.
We start our adventure by putting on some clothes, eating breakfast, and of course, brushing our teeth. Then we head out into the apartment complex. Now, this mod isn't your run-of-the-mill Half-Life mod. It's special in a lot of ways. First of all, its presentation. Like, the cutscenes are done very well with funny dialogue and impressive cinematography. You even get to select your dialogue options. Then there's the music that plays in the background. I can't play it here since some of it is copyright protected, but it's so far from what you would expect to be associated with Half-Life, but yet it suits the mod very well. Some areas are locked behind lasers, and to disable the lasers you need to find a book of the same color. And there are more gameplay additions like this that are fairly used throughout the game, and no doubt they make the gameplay a bit more fleshed out. The mod feels more arcadey than your usual source mods, and I do believe this is running on the leaked source engine, as it is a standalone mod. Now, by arcadey, I mean you'll have floating pickups, level end screens with stats, and the level design is very much reminiscent of old boomer shooters. Outside the apartment, we get ambushed by a bunch of enemy clan members, but a lone charger saves us from them. And if you didn't realize it yet, this is the Free TV's map, reskinned and remapped to fit the winter aesthetic of the mod. A new mechanic is introduced, the intercoms. Some of them just open up gates, some of them require codes, and some of them require to be repaired. While some of the secrets are pretty easy to find or spot, the game does a great job at hiding some of them. We also get to talk to a stranger, who I'm guessing is a robot judging by the dialogue exchanged. And I can't forget about the most friendliest Metro cop in existence. This cop character asks us to clear out a bar, so he'll open the gate to let us through. He'll be a recurring character who stays in this map, and the map itself acts like a hub of sorts. This mod did come out of nowhere though. I saw no mentions of it by any of my viewers in my comments. They usually do give me heads up about a lot of projects, but this one was finally brought to my attention by longtime viewer Mattia. I thought this is probably a shitposty mod with zero production value, but the madmen behind this mod put in a lot of effort and the mod came out excellent. The mod has more production value in it than I've seen in more serious mods for Half-Life. So after clearing out the bar, we head into the next part of the chapter. So in terms of story, I hope it's making a bit of sense. Basically, everyone's wanting to find these artifacts that can give their holder the power of a god. So these groups are fighting each other while searching for them, while we're caught in the crossfire, but later in the story, we too will be searching for these artifacts. The City 17 maps aren't necessarily the same as the one we've seen in the leaked maps, apart from a few of them that are reskinned. The original maps for this mod have this open-ended nature to them where, sure, the maps do use familiar textures, but the layout of the city looks drastically different, and not in a bad way, by the way. I also saw this, but I don't know what this is a reference to or what it's supposed to be, but it is creepy though. I also liked this concept of these chains stuck in the ground that go into the sky, disappearing into the fog. The main visual appeal of the mod is how some textures are at normal or low resolution, and some are absolutely pixelated to all hell. I think the texture filtering is turned off by default, so that's why it looks like that. But hey, I love this look. Makes it look like a game from the 90s at some points. From the subway, we drop down into the sewers, where we take a lift to go back up to another part of the city. Again, these chains concept of holding up the floating citadel in the sky is a really neat and cool concept, regardless of the fact that this mod is supposed to be funny in nature. We'll again see our charger friend here, but he runs away. Now if you didn't know, this charger is actually taken from Half-Life 1, where it was supposed to be an enemy but was cut. His main feature would have been to, well, obviously charge at you. Anyway, we get to the Manhack Casino. I'm guessing the arcade business didn't work out. Now, this name is literal, meaning it's a casino for manhacks and scanners, no humans allowed. It's such a dumb joke and I absolutely love it. We again see our charger Xavier and then he runs away again. Then I can't believe I'm about to say this, the bouncer manhack gets a phone call from Old Rusty, the owner of the casino, to let us through. I absolutely love how Old Rusty speaks, then turns his chair to reveal himself, like a James Bond villain. To cut it short, he says he wants us to work for him and find him the artifact so he can take over the city and be powerful. In between, his wife shows up to badmouth him, then goes back outside. Man, I love this level of storytelling. Unfortunately, the rival gang members show up and Old Rusty dies. Escaping from the casino, we end up in the mines. The mines aren't that special, like, they're enjoyable to go through and you even fight the worm enemies here too, but apart from that, it's pretty okay. Then we, get this, back to the future ourselves to the canals. I don't even know how that works. Climbing the steepest stairs in existence, we finally come face to face with the charger, whose name is Rudolph. You know, like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer? Also, check this shit out. And this.
It's not every day I get to fight people of your might.
I mean, what the fuck? I love this cinematic shit. So Rudy wants to kill us basically. He was saving us for his last prey. That's why he killed everyone else who got in our path. The Rudolph fight is relentless. I mean seriously, I played this on my own and I streamed this too. And both times I was on the edge of my seat with my heart almost about to pop out of my chest. Some might call this borderline impossible, but you can do it if you try hard enough. Defeating Rudolph, it turns out one of the scanners was mind controlling him. He explains he's no longer in the grips of Santa Claus and will help us if we let him live. We do get the option to kill him, and honestly I thought I should let him live and let him help us, cause who wouldn't want a charger as a sidekick? We come back to the hub area to find our cop friend there who's cleared up some paths, and some people have made that empty building a base of operations for the cop and us. I decided to check out the new area that was opened, and to my surprise, it led me to the Ruins 13 map from the beta, which is one of my favorite maps. My viewers on stream told me there's a secret here, but I wasn't able to find it. It was kind of ominous being here though. The soundscape and the empty buildings were quite a mood. I also managed to repair one of the keypad intercoms but never found the code for it, so I'm guessing there's a secret area behind it. We talk to Rudolph and head out in search of the first artifact. The following maps are basically City 17 maps. I'd be repeating the same thing again by explaining them, so I'll rather say that they're pretty good looking and atmospheric. So we're fighting a bunch of gang members inside, but then I reached this place. I really think this place needs some fixing up because this jump is near impossible to do, so I had to no-clip. After that, we finally reached the train station where we have to jump from platform to platform and get on a train. You see, this train will take us out to the wastelands where there's a farm, and on the farm is the first artifact. I have to say that I absolutely love levels that take place on a moving vehicle like a train or a cruise ship or an airplane. This train level is no exception. Jumping from one carriage to another is awesome as you blast your way through the front. When we get there, we find out that the train won't hold much longer thanks to the rival gang members that have been attacking us, so now we have to get off. The finale of this chapter takes place on the roof of one of the carriages where we have to take out a bunch of snipers on another train. Then Rudy discusses how we board the other train and this happens.
Touch me with your hand. I hope we can make it in time. If it hurts, let me know.
Now, the level transition was broken here, so I had to manually load the next map and do Impulse 101. We end up in some weird underground temple where even our alien charger friend is astounded by it. To get out, there's 2 platforming sections we need to do. First one is kinda hard, where you have to do strafe jumping to make it work, and the other one was kinda easy. This opens up the exit where we get to meet fast zombies for the first time. A lot of fast zombies. Basically, this platform is going up and there's a bunch of fast zombies dropping on top of us. The laser pointing at me is healing me, so that's great. So this section might be a bit hard at first, but if you dodge enough and shoot right, it'll be fine. And now we finally end up at the farm. Now the thing is that these guys who have been attacking us were a different gang from the one in the city. The farm is controlled by another 3rd gang. I'm gonna refer to them by their colors. Basically, the green gang have the artifact we need, milk. Yes, milk is the first artifact. And these guys have it, but to get milk from them, we need to help out the green gang by bringing back some bull cows to their base and also to check up on their spy who's in the yellow gang territory. I have to point out there's a whole lot of dialogue that I'm skipping, but I think it'll be better if you listen to it yourself rather than hearing it in a video. Then we go to this cool looking area with a bunch of sentries roaming around. This is supposed to be a stealth section, but of course... So I meet up with the spy and give him our radio to talk with his boss, the green gang leader. Then we take the cows, bull cows, back to the lift. If you manage to do this section stealthily, it'll be pretty good, but if you trip off the alarm, it's gonna be pretty irritating. After getting the cows back, we finally get our hands on some milk. Now, the next artifact, I don't know what it is, but it's in the air exchange facility. Now there's also where the yellow gang is. The path to the air exchange is pretty straightforward, and I really like the sky that it turned to orange and polluted because we're near the AirX facility. There's also a bunch of antlions and rival gang members here to fight, and at the end we fight a literal APC with rotors. Or rotators, I don't know what these are called. I mean, it works, but it's just so fucking funny to see that. So we take down the flying APC. The pilot tries to fire off a flare, but we shoot him. And then we head towards the air exchange while the yellow gang leader Noro is looking at us. Now this is where the mod currently ends. The next volume is currently in development and will feature the air exchange maps, and believe me, I can't wait to play it. Overall, Get Your Free Christmas Tree is a refreshing take on the beta universe. It is very high quality in production and very humorous in nature. Apart from a bug or two, there's not a whole lot of negatives to talk about this mod. Much of it is a blast to play. It's almost 1.5 hours long, so it's plenty of content to go through. Definitely check it out. And that's pretty much it for this one. Thanks for watching, and a big thanks to these benefactors for supporting the channel. Unusual, T-Boy301, Tom, Jack5282, Taiwanesium, Bubba, Quiltman, 501st Clone Boy, Interloper CS, TTG, Robocop, Noel, Nobody Important, Franco Senlehi, Cheeseburger, Justin Imbergriff, Tedosaur, Otakan Nachos, Lambdre, Roadkill, Walter, Taylor, Hobgobbies, NoClick, Geode, Fisher Grice, Harkasalt, Mr. Spaban, Jelen, A Normal Street Lamp, TRR Droid, and Bipullet. Thanks again, and see you in the next one.